Coro stand zwar immer schon auf meiner persönlichen musikalischen Wunschliste, aber ich hätte nicht geglaubt... Coro had been on my personal musical wish list, but I must say I hadn't dared hope. It takes a very unusual set of circumstances to come together to be able to put on such an unusual piece of music. The idea for the project came from Peter Jan Wagemans, a composer who lives in Rotterdam.
Coro calls for individual performers who are at home performing contemporary music rather than for the cohesiveness of classical orchestral ensembles, which is achieved through working together for a long time. The score of Coro seems particularly suitable for the collaboration of three highly qualified ensembles that didn't know each other at the start of the project. The conventional orchestral groupings do not exist in Berio's Coro. There are no violins at the front left-hand side of the stage or double basses at the back of the right. Instead, there are 40 duos consisting of one instrumentalist and one singer each. These are complemented by a pianist at the center as well as an electronic organ and two percussionists. This constellation is not without its challenges for the conductor. Before joint rehearsals began, there was intensive preparation in the individual groups. The choir prepared superbly under its choir master Daniel Royce. Only a professional choir can perform a work such as this. Joint rehearsals took place at the Music Q Center in Amsterdam. This venue provided everything that was needed. Everybody was generally looked after and communication flowed easily. Nothing stood in the way of the conductor's musical wishes. The DoelenEnsemble Rotterdam is the ensemble in residence at the Doelen Concert Hall in the same way as notabu.ensemble, neue musik is resident at Düsseldorf Tonhalle. The Coro texts are based on fragments of folk lyrics from many different countries. Berio does not cite them in their original language, and their origins are not attributed, but they express personal feelings and commonplace emotions, such as love, happiness, and sorrow. In this section, most of the singers have solo passages. The same goes for the instrumentalists, which is not as unusual. It's as if Neruda's texts come crashing in with monolithic sounds. Individual singers and instrumentalists are totally submerged in the sound. Choir and orchestra are no longer distinguishable. The composer juxtaposes the texts with extracts from poems written by Pablo Neruda in the face of the Spanish Civil War. These address the overarching social and political reality of the time and are concerned with catastrophe.
Berio wrote this piece when Allende was murdered during the military coup in Chile. The work ends with the echo of the line "Venit a ver la sangre por las calles," see the blood on the streets.
Musically, Berio does not use folkloristic quotes. With a few exceptions, he rather adopts musical attitudes, ideas of sound, ways of playing from various different contexts. For instance, he asks for the first clarinet to play macedonically in places, for the solo bass to sing yemenically. In one place, he asks for Macedonic impetus in the music to a text from Peru that has been translated into English.
Eine aufregende Erfahrung waren die 3 Konzerte in den 3 Sälen in Rotterdam, Amsterdam und hier in der Tonhalle. The 3 concerts in Rotterdam, Düsseldorf and Amsterdam were exciting from the point of view of performing in 3 different spaces and experiencing their influence on the sound. This demands an unusually high degree of fusion on the one hand, but great transparency on the other. We all hope that this has been the fantastic beginning of many more collaborations of this kind. Music of our days can only benefit from such great experiences for musicians and audience alike.